This is Namapa. It is the border of where Cabo Delgado starts. That is the Cabo Delgado province. If you go over that bridge, that is where the villagers that we've been speaking to, the residents from those villages, have been coming through. Now, this is a bridge that basically links the entire country, really. This will go all the way up to the capital, down all the way to the south. So it also leads into the port. This is a main thoroughfare. There are trucks up and down, people up and down. In September this year, there were tens of thousands of people fleeing with all of their goods on their backs, children, mothers, fathers, all coming through whatever they could. And the stories that these people carry with them are absolutely devastating. That's what we've been listening to while we've been here in Mozambique. We never had the opportunity to go into Cabo Delgado. That was never, unfortunately, approved for us to go in there. But the story here is how the people are being affected, because as much as the brutality is happening there, the people here are carrying the scars of the trauma, the stories of rape, the stories of kidnapping, the stories of beheading, the stories of people's bodies being cut in half. These are the kind of things that we've been hearing. And the people are struggling. They are absolutely desperate. We've met so many of them, but the trauma that is left behind is something that is going to take generations to get over. Gabrielle is a 31-year-old IDP from Bilibiza in Kisanga district in the northern Mozambican province of Cabo Delgado. She fled across the border into Namapa 2 weeks ago after her village was destroyed. She relays the story of what they went through.
Our village, they managed to kill 4 people. The first of the 2, they were beheaded in the farm. They are walking there. They cut off their head and then burned down the bodies. The other 2, they killed 2 men and they asked for the woman to take the head to the police station to send a message that like there was already in the village.
After sharing this story, Zefalina is brought to tears as the gruesome memories comes flooding back. The stories that have been shared with us are all the same, tales of the unspeakable. Irina Monde, UNHCR head of field office in Nampula, describes the impact this has on the forcibly displaced persons.
We are seeing that the highest number are women and children, and they are bearing this in very many different ways. I mean, gender-based violence, gender issues are really core of what we are hearing about. The need for support in terms of trauma. And most of this trauma are caused by what? By families being separated, children being separated from their mothers. You know, there are cases of, people being kidnapped and even other sexual-based violence that is happening. So they are bearing all this. They need support, and we are working on that.
Women and children are bearing the brunt of the violence, and many have to care for more than one family at a time. The living conditions are desperate. How many people are in this house?
Everyone here.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this house.
Everyone here is in this house. Yeah, 23 people. Yes.
23 people
yeah,
in this
sharing the
house.
same house.
Celestina Augustino has opened her home to these IDPs. Asked why, this was her answer.
I opened my house for them because I feel very sorry for them. For me, I look like they are my family. They came here, we shared the same food, but the food is over because we are too many.
Besides the difficulty in hearing these stories and witnessing the devastation, perhaps the hardest part of our journey was leaving with more questions than answers. We were not given access into Cabo Delgado. Even trying to go live from the border proved to be impossible. The numbers of desperately displaced people keeps on rising. There are close to 1 million IDPs in Cabo Delgado. Of that number, only a few have managed to leave the region to seek safety. Government officials in the district of Irati tell us that the numbers keep on rising on a daily basis.
As of today, we have 10,000 families. In persons, we have 59,000 people, and the biggest percentage, 64% is children between 0 to 15 ages. It's a big preoccupation for us as government, taking in consideration that these children were studying. The 59,000 people, 25% are women, only 11% are men. In terms of shelter, it's not easy to receive all these numbers, as the government wasn't ready to receive this number of people, so we were surprised.
Mr. Namahura pleads for help, but also speaks of how thankful they are for the assistance from the private sector and host communities, as well as humanitarian organizations like the UNHCR, who are assisting them. However, when asked several times what is being done to stop the attacks and violence and bring peace to the region, the question remained unanswered. Instead, the Band-Aid that is attempting to hold together the consequences of the situation continues to unravel. Leanne Manas and video journalist Sibusiso Tembe, Namapa, at the border of Cabo Delgado, Mozambique.